Wait a little, you say, you are sure it'll all come right. But the boy was born in trouble, and looks so wan and so white. Wait, and once I had waited, I hadn't to wait for long. Now I wait for Harry. No, no, you are doing me wrong. Harry and I were married. The boy can hold up his head. The boy was born in wedlock. But after my man was dead, I had worked for him 15 years, and I work and I wait to the end. I am all alone in the world, and you are my only friend. Doctor, if you can wait, I'll tell you the tale of my life. When Harry and I were children, he called me his own little wife. I was happy when I was with him, and sorry when he was away. And when we played together, I loved him better than play. He worked me the daisy chain. He made me the cowslip ball. He fought the boys that were rude, and I loved him better than all. Passionate girl though I was, and often at home in disgrace, I never could quarrel with Harry, but I had to look in his face. There was a farmer in Dorset of Harry's kin that had need of a good stout lad at his farm, and he sent, and the father agreed. So Harry was bound to the Dorsetshire farm for years and for years. I walked with him down to the quay, poor lad, and we parted in tears. The boat was beginning to move. We heard them a-ringing the bell. I'll never love any but you. God bless you, my own little Nell. I was a child, and he was a child, and he came to harm. There was a girl, a hussy, that worked with him up at the farm. One had deceived her and left her alone with her sin and her shame, and so she was wicked with Harry. The girl was the most to blame. And years went over till I that little had grown so tall. The men would say of the maids, "Our Nelly's the flower of them all." I didn't take heed of them, but I taught myself all I could to make a good wife for Harry, when Harry came home for good. Often I seemed unhappy, and often as happy too, for I heard it abroad in the fields, "I'll never love any but you. I'll never love any but you, the morning song of the lark. I'll never love any but you, the nightingale's hymn in the dark." And Harry came home at last, but he looked at me sidelong and shy, vexed me a bit, till he told me that so many years had gone by. I had grown so handsome and tall that I might have forgot him somehow, for he thought there were other lads. He was feared to look at me now. Hard was the frost in the field. We were married o' Christmas Day, married among the red berries, and all was merry as May. Those were the pleasant times, and my house and my man were my pride. We seemed like ships in the channel, a-sailing with wind and tide. But work was scant in the isle, though he tried the villages round, so Harry went over the Solent to see if work could be found. And he wrote, "I has 6 weeks' work, little wife. So far as I know, I'll come for an hour tomorrow and kiss you before I go." So I set to writing the house, for wasn't he coming that day? And I hit on an old deal box that was pasted in a corner away. It was full of old odds and ends, and a letter along with the rest. I had better have put my naked hand in a hornet's nest. "Sweetheart," this was the letter. This was the letter I read. "You promised to find me work near you, and I wish I was dead. Didn't you kiss me and promise? You haven't done it, my lad. And I almost died o' your going away, and I wish that I had. I too wish that I had, in the pleasant times that had passed, before I quarrelled with Harry, my quarrel, the first and the last. For Harry came in, and I flung him the letter that drove me wild, and he told it me all at once, as simple as any child. What can it matter, my lass, what I did with my single life? I have been as true to you as ever a man to his wife, and she wasn't one of the worst. Then I said, I am none of the best. And he smiled at me. Ain't you, my love? Come, come, little wife, let it rest. The man isn't like the woman, no need to make such a stir. But he angered me all the more, and I said you were keeping with her, when I was a-loving you all along and the same as before. And he didn't speak for a while, and he angered me more and more. Then he patted my hand in his gentle way. Let bygones be. Bygones. You kept yours hushed, I said, when you married me. Bygones may be come-agains, and she, in her shame and her sin, you'll have her to nurse my child, if I die o' my lying in. You'll make her its second mother. I hate her, and I hate you. Ah, Harry, my man, you had better have beaten me black and blue, than have spoken as kind as you did, when I were so crazy with spite. Wait a little, my lass, I am sure it'll all come right. And he took 3 turns in the rain, and I watched him, and when he came in, I felt that my heart was hard. He was all wet through to the skin, and I never said, off with the wet, I never said, on with the dry, so I knew my heart was hard, when he came to bid me good-bye. You said that you hated me, Ellen, but that isn't true, you know. I am going to leave you a bit. You'll kiss me before I go? Going! You're going to her. Kiss her, if you will, I said. I was near my time with the boy. I must have been light in my head. I had sooner be cursed than kissed. I didn't know well what I meant, but I turned my face from him, and he turned his face, and he went. And then he sent me a letter. I've gotten my work to do. You wouldn't kiss me, my lass, and I never loved any but you. I am sorry for all the quarrel, and sorry for what she wrote. I had 6 weeks' work in Jersey, and go to-night by the boat. And the wind began to rise, and I thought of him out at sea, and I felt I had been to blame. He was always kind to me. Wait a little, my lass, I'm sure it'll all come right. And the boat went down that night. The boat went down that night.